What's going on, y'all? Back with another week recap. We got week 2 today, man. Week 2 recap. Um, y'all don't mind my whispering, my ASMR. The baby sleeps, so y'all just bear with me. We got the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Great game to start off week 2. We had Justin Herbert, Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs came back on the Chargers. I don't really know where to start, man. It was just a good game overall. Battle of two great quarterbacks. If we look at it right now, possibly future Hall of Famers. I'm saying possibly with Justin Herbert for sure. We already know what Patrick Mahomes is destined for. But great game. Mike Williams went off in the absence of Keenan Allen. Gerald Everett is looking nice, man. He's looking like a nice addition to that offense. DeAndre Carter is looking pretty good, looking like a solid piece to that offense. Did not expect that. He adds depth to their receiving corps that I did not expect him to add. When he was with Washington, it was one game where I think was that last year he was just with Washington. If I'm not mistaken, he had a nice kick return for a touchdown, and then started getting more snaps at receiver, and now it looks like he's actually getting played into the receiver role and getting an opportunity as a receiver, and I feel like he's making the most of it. They're using him. I like that. Alexander Horvath using him. I like that as well. Derwin James and company. Defense plays solid. Again, just Chiefs made more plays, then they had that 99-yard pick six. They did enough, man. They did enough. I ain't got really too much else to touch on with them. Patriots versus Steelers was a nice game. Competitive game. I ain't gonna say it was too exciting. It was some highlight plays in there. Don't get me wrong, for sure. It was some highlight plays. Favorite play was that catch by Nelson Aguilar. Great catch. But he went off 6 for 110 and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers looking very consistent. I think he was undrafted, like 3 years ago. And look at him, man. Looks like the number one receiver option. 9 catches, 95 yards. Disappointment is Devontae Parker for me. I thought they picked him up, and I expected him to, come in and dominate. He was nice with the Dolphins at one point. He was the number one receiver at one point, So to see, I don't know. I expected that to happen with the Patriots, and given the opportunity. Mitch Trubisky, it's not really a good stat line. Didn't play well enough. Najee, 15-49, only averaging 3 yards a carry. Not too good. So they didn't really play that well at all. Defense kept them in the game. Steelers got a nice defense, man. I'm gonna give them that. They got some work to do. There's a lot of question marks around that team. It's like the potential is there, but how are they gonna reach it? A lot of question marks. Panthers versus Giants. Giants looking good. Panthers didn't look terrible, man. I can't knock them too hard. McCaffrey had a 100-yard game, 102 yards. They didn't look terrible. They just didn't look good enough. That's all. It was a close game, tight game. Giants defense is actually looking pretty good so far in these first 2 weeks of the season. Daniel Jones, 176 and a touchdown, no pick. Hey, so that's a plus right there. Saquon, not too much in rushing. 72 yards on 21 carries. I expected a good performance because the Browns just dominated the Panthers the previous week in the run game, so I expected the same thing, but I guess not. I guess we can't get the same results, but it's okay. Richie James led them in receiving. Kadarius Toney, 2 catches for 0 yards. Like I said, their defense is playing pretty good, man. Playing pretty good. Jets Browns. This is probably of the comebacks. This is probably my favorite one. Just because how it happened so subtle. Like it's just like again, I said that touchdown to Corey Davis, I thought it was a garbage time touchdown, and I thought, okay, I didn't think much of it, and then boom, onside kick, boom, drive down the field, score, win the game. It just happened so subtle and so quick, and it's like, wow, it wasn't expected. Brees Hall, 7 carries, 50 yards, averaging 7.1. That's interesting. Michael Carter had some really good runs in that game, even though he only got 23 yards. Garrett Wilson went off 8 catches, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I think he caught the game winner too. That last touchdown. Corey Davis 2 for 83. I picked him up in fantasy, but I don't know if I trust that, man. I think Garrett is definitely going to be their go-to receiver. Corey might shine now that they have a go-to guy. I thought Elijah Moore would be it too. It's a confusing offense. I mean, with receiving core, they got some guys. At one point, Corey came in. It looks like Corey's going to be the guy. Then Elijah comes, and it looks like, okay, Elijah could possibly be the guy. Now Garrett's here, and then it's like Garrett could be the guy. So it's like, you really don't know. But I mean, like, if anything, it's going to open up windows for all of them to eat. So we'll see. Jacoby Brissett, he didn't play terrible. 22 for 27 is not bad. It's that one interception. Nick Chubb, 3 touchdowns. Amari Cooper had him a solid game, 101 yards. Again, good game for both teams. Again, that was just that comeback was so unexpected. Jaguars and Colts. Colts, I mean, I expected them to lose. I think I picked the Colts to win initially, but once I saw that Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce was out, I already did my prediction. So I figured they were going to lose once I heard that. But Matt Ryan threw 3 interceptions. I mean, he didn't have his 1 or his 2. You know, 1 second. Don't worry about it. He didn't have his 1 or his 2. So is what it is. Jags look nice though. Jags look nice. Who did they play week 1? They played the Commanders. They lost that game. In fantasy, their defense is doing pretty nice. But we got Trevor Lawrence, 235, 2 touchdowns. James Robinson, 23 carries, 64 yards. Their run game really wasn't just that good, but they 2.2 yards a carry for Travis Etienne, 2.8 for James Robinson. Christian Kirk doing this thing though. First game, 101 yards, 100-something yards, and a touchdown. This game, he had 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Doing this thing. Evan Ingram looked like they got veteran receivers. Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Marvin Jones, and Zay Jones. Got 4 veteran guys. I like that. I've been pointing that out lately. I forgot about Jamal Agnew, but I've been pointing that out lately, and I think that's beneficial for Trevor. You know, he got guys who kind of know who they are already, you know, as receivers in the league. If anything, they want to be greater than what they are, but they pretty much know who they are, and they're solidified at their roles. You know what to expect of them for the most part. It's not really too much worse. You're gonna get them or better, you know. So, but their defense has been playing pretty good too. So we'll see. They're definitely gonna be competitive this year. Dolphins versus Ravens, probably the most exciting game of the week. Tua with a career day, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. We ain't even worry about the 2 picks, man, because it's that line, man. The 469 and the 6 is crazy. Raheem Mostert led them in rushing. Tyreek and Jalen Waddle did something historic, man. First receivers ever to put up a stat line like that. That was crazy. I'm curious to see what defense is going to really contain that. They play the Bills this upcoming week. Bills have had problems with Tyreek Hill previously, so now you add Jalen Waddle to that mix, and I don't know, man. You know, I don't know how that's going to turn out. The Bills could win. It's football. The Ravens had them down, you know, but you know, like, it's just once they start building that confidence, they're going to try a lot more stuff, and it's hard to take that away from them. You're going to have to do a lot to take that away from them, so we'll see. Lamar, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, amazing completion percentage, had 9 carries for 119 yards and a touchdown. That's an amazing performance, bro. Amazing performance by Lamar. Rashad Bateman had him a big game. Mark Andrews had him a big game. Devin had a quiet game this week. Not too much done versus the previous week. Defense played solid from the start, man. It's just them. That fourth quarter, scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. Outscored them 28-3. That's they played solid, bro. It was a solid game for Baltimore, bro. That is just it just fell apart in the fourth, man. Buccaneers versus Saints. Saints played pretty good from the beginning. Again, same type of scenario. I got outscored in the second half. Bucks started finding their way. Tom did decent, 190 for a touchdown. He did what he had to. No Julio and no what's my guy name? Chris Godwin. So, and then Mike Evans got Did he get ejected out the game? I think so. Later in the game, so he was kind of handicapped. He made it work with what he had. It's gonna be tough with Mike, Chris, and Julio hurt so much. It's gonna be a long season. They're gonna have to add some more receivers in there, some veteran receivers. They have to figure something out, man. But I like the addition of Cole Beasley. I like that a lot. Trying to think. But yeah, it's other veteran receivers out there for them to go ahead and pick up. So I think, hey man, go ahead and do that. Jameis Winston, 3 interceptions. He really didn't fall apart until like the end of the game. The second half. So that's where they kind of fell at. I guess what's his name didn't play. Alvin Kamara. I wasn't aware of that till right now. At least I don't recall being aware of that. Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Jarvis. Solid game from them. It's just that tide just turned in the second half. It was a new game, and Bucks had it, man. They defense just stepped up, started catching picks, and yeah, it was all she wrote from there. Commanders, Lions, Carson Wentz. I didn't watch the full game, so I can't say he played good. But from the highlights, I don't remember him playing bad. And from the stat line, it doesn't look bad. 30 for 46, 337 yards and 3 touchdowns. He just had 4 touchdowns a week ago, so he's not playing bad. Y'all let me know. Like, if you're actually watching the full game, you're a Commander fan or you're a Lions fan, you saw this full game, let me know. Did Carson play decent? Because it appears to me he's actually having a solid season. Solid starts to the season so far. Curtis Samuel 7 for 78 and a touchdown. Terry 4 for 75. Jahan. So the top 3 receivers, they got a nice receiving core. J.D. McKissick, nice receiving back. Logan Thomas, solid tight end. You got Gibb. Derek Forrest leads them in tackles another week. Who is Derek Forrest in for? He's replacing somebody. Cam Curl. What y'all think about Derek Forrest, man? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about him, because he playing pretty good, at least what it appears. Jared Goff is looking nice. I can't lie, bro. He's looking very nice. I can't say nothing negative about him. 256, 4 touchdowns. He's looking good, bro. If he can keep this up, they got a lot of potential with this team, with this offense. They young. They got a lot of potential. As long as contracts don't become an issue and players can stay healthy, this team got a lot of potential. Amon-Ra St. Brown led them in rushing, 2 carries, 68 yards. DeAndre Swift did his thing too, had some big runs in this game. Jamal Williams got the load of carries with 12. And Amon-Ra again led them in receiving, 9 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a great game. He was all over the field this game, just all over the field, just balling out, man. Josh Reynolds played pretty well. DeAndre Swift had a receiving touchdown as well. Malcolm Rodriguez, the rookie, is looking like a star for them. So is Aiden Hutchinson. You got two. Like I said, it's a nice young team. Lions did their thing. Again, when Jameson Williams come back, it's gonna be a nice addition to that team and offense. And I think they can do some big things. You got the Seahawks versus 49ers. Seahawks look like the Seahawks again. Geno looked like Geno in this game. He only has 6 incomplete passes, so that's not too bad, but they didn't look good at all. Tyler Lockett, 9 catches for 107 yards. Let me see, defensively, Jordan Brooks. He doing this thing as usual. Quandre, hey, he made a big play in that game, but he had dropped the interception, I remember. So Jimmy G back to being a starting quarterback. It's very interesting how that played out. Ended up getting signed as the highest paid backup. They were able to retain him. They're able to retain Debo in the offseason. It's crazy. They got a nice front office. Bro, to be able to do that. And, just imagine if they would have traded Jimmy and then they in this position with Trey Lance and they have no backup quarterback. Like, it just would all fail, But I guess they felt like, hey, we want Trey to start, but we feel comfortable and confident with you as a quarterback. So we would like to keep you here. We want to do whatever we can. And they did that. And look how it played out. Trey out for the season, and now you back to Jimmy, and you don't take a drop off. If anything, you kind of back to where you were, and you were at competitive state. You was a playoff team, so it's nothing bad there at all. You can't go wrong. You got Jeffrey Wilson back at it, man. I remember when at one point I thought Jeff was about to be a starter, but he back at it with who's that injured? Elijah Mitchell. I think it's another running back they said was injured too. They just signed Marlon Mack. Excellent pickup, excellent addition to this offense. He's gonna get him some nice touches in this game, this upcoming game. I gotta do my predictions for it. Brandon Ayuk led them receiving. I feel like they need some more receivers, bro. I don't know. I don't even see Danny Gray play like that. Y'all let me know if he does. We got Jawan, Ray McLeod, Ross Dwelly be doing this thing. I'm looking forward to see what's my guy George Kittle come back, man. I can't wait. Can't wait. Talanoa Hufanga, this guy looks nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Once Jimmy Ward comes back, they're gonna have a interesting rotation, man, because he looks pretty good. I don't know if he's starting in place of Jimmy or what. I can't remember. Y'all let me know. Falcons almost came back on them. It's weak comebacks. They pretty much shut down Cordell Patterson for the most part. 10 for 41, 4.1 yards. Drake London 8. Kyle Pitts not being used at all. It's so odd, man. He's a dominant player. Like you can put him in so many mismatch situations. I feel like you have Drake London, you have Zacchaeus, you have Hodge, you have Kyle Pitts, you have Brian Edwards. You got all these receivers. Spread them out, line them up, get your mismatches. You know, because Jalen Ramsey covering. Say you put Pitts in a slot. Like, what linebackers want to cover him one-on-one for real? You got Drake London outside. Maybe Ramsey holds him. You still got Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus could do some work as well. Here and there. Cardell Hodge, he's not bad, you know. But I mean, I feel like there are plays for it. Brian Edwards, I feel like he's a decent receiver. I don't know, man. Cordell Patterson had some nice receptions last year, you know. So it's a lot could have been done, man. But I don't know. I'm not the coach. I don't draw plays, but I feel like they could be a little bit more creative on offense and get Pitts more involved, and I feel like it'll make them more dangerous. Rams, I feel like they got some stuff to clean up. They're a solid team. They're a good team, but I don't know. They just it's a long season. They got whooped by the Bills. This game, they almost let the Falcons come back. They got outscored. That's crazy. In fourth quarter, 17-3. Almost let them come back, man. I don't know, man. It's just I feel like it's a lot they got to clean up, but we'll see. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the Rams. Cardinals Raiders, another good game, good comeback. Man, crazy week. Kyler Murray had him a pretty good game. Darrell Williams led them in rushing, had him a nice run in this game. I think, that was a run. I think it was a screen, but it was a run. Zach Ertz, pretty effective. Marquise Brown had him some big plays, dropped some catches as well. Those some big catches too, man. Greg Dortch is looking like a nice receiver, bro. Looking like a nice addition to that. Well, not a nice addition, but nice part of that offense. Looking forward to see Rondell Moore coming back, and when they implement some more Andy Isabella, they got some nice speedy receivers there. Raiders, Derek Carr 252 for 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs. Josh is looking nice. He's just, I don't know. He's not putting up the numbers in these first 2 games. When I'm watching highlights, he's looking good. Like breaking tackles, looking like himself. But I don't know. Mac Hollins led them in receiving. This was odd to me. Devontae only had 2 catches for 12 yards, so it's kind of odd. But I don't know, man. Crazy game. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Texas Broncos, man. As a Texans fan, I don't know. After this game, I'm just looking forward to the draft. But it is what it is. We'll see how everything plays out. Dameon Pierce, he had some solid runs in this game. Look, I think better in this game than he did in the first one. I don't really recall seeing too much of him in the first one. I think Rex Burkhead had more rushes than him, if I'm not mistaken. Rush did his thing. They just look like the better team. Cortland Sutton 7 for 122, just abused us. So I could imagine if Jerry Jeudy would have actually played the full game. I think he got hurt, huh? But yeah, man, that was bad for the Texans. I'm like, man, who we drafting? C.J. Stroud or what's his name? The other quarterback. Bryce Young. There we go. Okay, Bengals, Cowboys. Bengals blowing it, man. 0-2. My coworker, he was like, "Look, man, they're not looking all that. They lost to Mitch Trubisky and Cooper Rush." I like, you got a point there. 2 competitive teams out that they lost to, Steelers and Cowboys. But yeah, Cowboys defense actually looking pretty nice. I got to give them a lot of kudos. Like I said, Joe 199 the touchdown. Joe Mixon 19 for 57. Receiving core, they're pretty solid. I don't know, man. a huge issue for them is the offensive line. Huge issue. I don't know, man. You said something? Cooper Rush 235 for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott 15 for 53. Tony Pollard 9 for 43 and a touchdown. Noah Brown is looking like the #1 receiver, low key. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think on that. But again, their defense is pretty solid. They're gonna win them some games. Hopefully they can keep them in the season until Dak comes back. Y'all let me know how much longer Dak has, because I don't know the full status of his injury. Bears blew it, man, in this one. Justin Fields only with 70 yards passing, interception. David Montgomery, he went off, had a great game. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the Packers defense or the Bears offense. Y'all let me know what it was. But Packers look like they were supposed to, spreading the ball around with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers caught passes, 8 players in total. But Aaron Rodgers did his thing. Aaron Jones had a extremely him and AJ Dillon went off 15 carries, 18 carries. They killed them, man. I ain't gonna lie, they killed them. But they both look opposite of week 1. Bears look really good week 1. Packers look really bad week 1. They just switch went back to normal. Hey, we run this division. That's what it looked like. Titans and Bills Monday Night Football. I have no clue what to say about the Titans right now. Derrick Henry 13 for 25. Hassan Haskins checked in 9 for 37. Treylon Burks led them in receiving. Robert Woods only had 4 catches for 39 yards. Robert Woods is looking like a pointless signing at this point. I don't know what's going on with the Titans. Like, I really cannot tell what the direction is, what the deal is. But yeah, Bills looking dominant. Bills looking like they're gonna be. It's gonna be them and the Chiefs maybe. If they don't match up before the AFC Championship, it looks like they're gonna be 1A and 1B in this conference. Stephon Diggs 12 for 148 and 3 touchdowns. Amazing. This dude is amazing, bro. They just a perfect match for each other. Him and Josh Allen. Vikings Eagles. Kirk Cousins 221, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. They didn't look like themselves. At least they didn't look like what they appeared to be in week 1. They look really good. Justin Jefferson only 6 for 48. That was tough. That was very tough to see. Eagles just had a good game plan, really good game plan defensively, and they did their thing. They executed. Everything just worked for them. Everything worked. Jalen Hurts looked dominant. 331, 1 touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, he looked like he's getting there for real, man. Devontae Smith had him some catches, 7 for 80 in this game, so he bounced back a little bit. Quez Watkins had him a big play. Defensively, they look good, man. They look really good. They look like a contender for real. So y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on week 2. Looking forward to week 3. Week 3 predictions dropping soon. And appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.